So we're here today with the exciting new NW chassis from Sony. This is the newest VAIO that we're introducing for summer 2009. We're actually going to do a full unboxing of the unit here with you today and actually point out some of the exciting new features that's going to make this a really exciting piece for us this year. So let's get right into it. So when you open the box up for the first time, you'll be greeted by our quick startup guide. So this is what you'll use to kind of get you started with the VAIO for the first time. The other documentation that's included talks a little bit about when you're ready to upgrade to Windows 7 when it comes out here in the fall, and a little bit about the warranty information. Now let's open it up and get to the actual unit and everything else inside. So now that we have everything out of the box, let's actually take the cellophane off and actually see how this beautiful NW actually looks like. So in the box you'll get your basic accessories, so obviously your AC adapter as well as your battery. So I'm going to take this out because we'll actually put this right on the unit. So let's take the cellophane off and take a look at the NW. So a couple things to point out with the NW. This is a brand new chassis, like I mentioned, for Sony. This is our flagship unit, the NW150DS in silver. This is actually our Blu-ray equipped piece. We do have two as well that are going to come with the standard DVD drive. But some of the things to point out is when you look at the actual finish that we've used on the actual NW, it has a very unique, sleek, textured finish, and as well as the VAIO logo uses an engraved metallic finish. So style-wise, this is a very great unit if you want to definitely stand out when you have your machine. Let's open it up so you can actually take a peek to see how beautiful this screen actually is. So when you open up the NW for the first time, you're greeted by this beautiful 15.5-inch X-Bright LCD screen. This is a new screen size for a VAIO. It actually is perfect complement for someone who's going to be watching Blu-ray movies on their notebook. The 15.5-inch screen is going to give us the widest detail to make sure we take advantage of our 16:9 movies, but also limit the black bar that you're going to see on top of the screen. Some of the other key notes to look at is the hinge system that we're using on the actual NW. It uses a reverse hinge, so when you actually open the unit up for the first time, you'll see with this hinge, it's almost makes the VAIO seem a lot thinner and a lot smaller. And so again, a lot of very unique styling cues on it. When you move over to the front of the unit and you look at the actual keyboard that we're using, it uses a keyboard that's very similar to find in our higher end VAIOs, our FW and AW machines. So we got that great isolated keyboard, great for people that have long nails, for example, and they're typing on it. And it's a very, very sleek keyboard, something we've been using only in our higher end VAIOs. Now you can actually see it in our affordable NW unit. Things like the textured finish continues on in the chassis as well. You'll notice this great smooth wave feature that's built into it. So it's a lot of unique styling cues that's really going to make this unit stand out. And the silver finish has a lot of sheen in the paint scheme. So when you're actually shining it in the light, you'll be able to see the different hues of color that's used in it. The mouse pad as well is quite nice on this unit, so it's actually indented into the chassis of the unit. So when you're actually touching the mouse pad, it actually even has a really sleek texture that's built into it. So it's really nice on your fingertip when you're actually navigating your screen and everything else. So again, a lot of unique styling cues available on this unit. So some of the things now I want to point out is just some of the connectivity options. So I'm going to close it up. And what I wanted to point out was just some of the connectivity of the unit. So if you look on this side here, we're greeted by our AC plug-in. So this is where you're actually going to plug in your AC power supply. You'll have your Ethernet jack to plug in your Ethernet connection right into the unit itself. Moving on, you'll notice there's also a larger cooling fan that's built into this unit. So the big thing with the NW is that we really wanted to make sure that it's very quiet. And when you're using this machine, the fan noise is very, very quiet in comparison to other notebooks on the market. And this larger heatsink that we're using, the cooling system inside, is going to help ensure that no one can hear your computer on. Also, our VGA output, and unique to the NW series is the HDMI output. And it's not just limited to our Blu-ray equipped notebook, but all NWs have this great HDMI connection built right in. So plugging and playing it into a Bravia LCD, it's seamless. Things like our iLink FireWire connection, so for plugging in your mini DV Handycam, and you'll have a single USB with the express port on this side as well. So a lot of connectivity on this side of the unit. So now we'll look to the front of the actual chassis itself. Here you'll have your Wi-Fi switch. So this is where you'll actually be able to turn on your wireless connection. This supports A, B, G, and N built right into the NW VAIO. Our 2 slots for connecting your media cards. So of course you're going to have the Sony memory stick slot for Memory Stick Pro Duo cards, and an SD card slot as well. Moving on to the other side of this unit is the remainder of your connections. So you'll have your headphone jack, your microphone in, your 2 other USBs for a total of 3, and then your Blu-ray drive for this unit here, but in the other units you're going to have your standard DVD drive. So let's put the battery on and turn on the NW here for the first time. So now we're actually going to turn on the NW VAIO for the first time. I'm actually going to be working with the white NW here. Like I mentioned, it does come in 3 colors. We're going to have the white, silver, and brown. But what I wanted to point out, on all 3 units, you're going to have this great little menu pad here that's built into the actual speaker itself. And there's 3 little buttons that are actually built in. There's the web button, the mute button for the volume, the display off button, and then your power button. And what I wanted to showcase was the web only button, because this is very unique to the NW VAIO. This is actually a brand new feature on it. And when you think about it, majority of customers that purchase a notebook, 80 to 90% of their use is going to be surfing the net. So what we've done is, instead of having to wait to boot up your Windows and to be able to get on the net, we've implemented this web only button. So now when you hit this web button, I'm going to push it here. Watch how fast it takes for the VAIO to actually start up for the first time, to be able to bring up a web page so you can actually go and surf the net. So it brings us right to the Google page. It does it here in under 30 seconds. And this is a great feature that allows you to instantly access the web. And now with the buttons that are built into the unit, if I did want to shut myself off from surfing the web, I hit the web button, it'll shut the computer down. There's also the very cool display off button. So for example, if I'm needing to go away from the machine to go grab a phone call or something, and I don't want to leave the machine on to help conserve battery life, by simply pushing the display off button, it shuts the display off, and I don't have to hit that web button to start all over again. I simply just walk back to the machine, hit the display off button again, and it turns the unit back on. So this is something that's really unique for the NW VAIO, brand new for this year. So complemented with that beautiful 15.5-inch screen. It runs Windows Vista Home Premium at 64-bit. And it's going to be available for the Windows 7 upgrade when it becomes available. 4 gigs of RAM, 320 gig hard drive. So again, this will be able to hold all of your music, photos, video files, and everything that you download on the net. And with the NW150, it's available with a Blu-ray drive. So this is going to be a great, great model to start up for your first-time buyer or second or third laptop that you're going to look at purchasing. So that's the new NW VAIO from Sony. Go check it out at sonystyle.ca. And don't forget to visit our